What's going on, everyone? So after the Dallas Mavericks ended up landing the number one pick, questions are, who are they going to get rid of, right? Because they're going to have a logjam, particularly in the front court, regardless, right? You have Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, and now they're likely going to draft Cooper Flagg. I mean, you never know, but that would be very surprising if they didn't draft Cooper Flagg. Now, I've seen people make the argument, Cooper Flagg, play the three. I don't really see it, right? I think that they'll try that, but I think eventually they're going to come to the realization like, okay, he's really a four. He's best as a four. But even if they do go with him at the three, one guy that's going to then be the odd man out for sure is going to be PJ Washington, right? Maybe Daniel Gafford, maybe we can land Daniel Gafford, maybe we can land other pieces, whatever. We'll see. But the guy almost guaranteed to be the odd man out is PJ Washington, because they're not going to bring Cooper Flagg off the bench, one. And then they have Clay that's playing the three at times. They have, now PJ Washington's not going to play the four because they have four guys that can play the four, and they still have Najee Marshall and all these other guys. I think PJ Washington is more likely than not going to be the odd man out. So the Lakers should inquire about PJ Washington. I would love if we could get other guys. Can you get a Jaden Hardy in the deal? Or, can you ideally Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington? Can you kind of get them both in a package deal? That would be great. Now, I know people immediately are going to go like, well, you have Rui Hachimura. Okay, couple things about that. One, Rui Hachimura is a $17 million expiring contract, so there's value there as far as trade assets go. Now, PJ Washington would have his own trade value in and of itself, right? And I understand that people are going to look and go like, he's playing similar games, right? PJ Washington would be best as a four that ends up having to play the three, right? But he's also better defensively than Rui Hachimura. I mean, he was very good, particularly in that title run, and has been basically the anchor until Anthony Davis got their anchor of the defense for the Dallas Mavericks team, right? He was like unplayably bad defensively in Charlotte. And it was like, wow, that's okay. And then he goes to Dallas and immediately became like their best defensive player and was like very good defensively. So defensively, he's better. He still gives you the three-point shooting. He's shooting 38% from three-point range. He's also cheaper and continues to get cheaper, right? He's making $15 million this year coming up, and then he'll be at next year he'll be at $14.1 million, and then unrestricted free agent. So he's going into contract year 2, right? So Dallas could end up running the risk of losing him and Daniel Gafford, right? So you could now justify trading Rui Hachimura, right? Bring in PJ Washington. Again, ideally, can you bring in a Daniel Gafford or something like that? But now PJ Washington kind of fill in the Rui Hachimura role, but he's also a better defender, right? He's better swing man at just continuing to move the ball, where he's been better. He particularly was better towards the back end of the season, but he is a guy that more often than not, if he gets it, he's shooting it, right? Where PJ Washington, he's kind of can play more within a system. He has familiarity alongside Luka, right? I know people make the jokes of like, oh, well, we'll become the Los Angeles Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks were just in the NBA Finals like 2 years ago. So like getting some of the best pieces from that Finals team and adding them to this roster, and instead of Kyrie, you had LeBron. I'm okay with that, right? Like, what happens in the NBA Finals if instead of Kyrie Irving, the Lakers or the Dallas Mavericks had LeBron James that year? Just saying. Like, I think that they probably have a good chance of winning that series. But I digress. Point is I don't think it's a bad thing to go and take a look at several pieces, particularly on Dallas. That makes sense. I don't care if we become the Los Angeles Mavericks. If we win, and if they're the better players and they're the better pieces, right? What I care about is the Lakers put the best roster and the best team possible out there on the basketball court. And PJ Washington is a guy that gives you another versatile forward that can rebound, defend, block shots, hit shots, do a little bit of everything out there on the basketball court. So let's dive into his kind of stats and like what he could provide and bring this team. Talk about a guy, he's 6'7". He's not as big as Rui. They're the same weight. So they both have the same size. They're both like 230 range. So size-wise, they are. But like height-wise, PJ Washington's like an inch shorter. He's like 6'7" range, where Rui Hachimura is like a 6'8". So you would lose like an inch in that regard. But like I said, PJ Washington is just a better rebounder and just my opinion, I think PJ Washington's the better of the two between him and Rui. To be fair to Rui, though, Rui's never really gotten the opportunity to be like that guy, right? But you look at what he provides. This past season, he played 57 games, 32.2 minutes per game, got 11.7 field goal attempts per game, shot 45.3% from the floor, 38.1% from three-point range on 4.2 attempts. He shot just under 50% on 7.5 attempts from two-point range at 49.3%, EFG of 52.1%, free throw shooting 72.2% on 3.5 attempts. He averaged just a hair under 8 rebounds per game at 7.8, 2.3 assists, 1.1 steals, and 1.1 blocks per game with 15 points. So this guy's basically a 15-8-2 1-and-1 guy, right? That would be fantastic. Right. So let's look at Rui Hachimura just to, kind of make the comparisons, right? Because there are something like PJ Washington's more mobile, right? Better defender, gives you the same level of shooting. Rui Hachimura shot the three ball better and has been a better 3-point shooter, but he really became that with the Lakers, right? Playing alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis, stuff like that. You look at Rui Hachimura pre-Lakers, the guy was shooting, 29%, 30% from three-point range. He came to the Lakers and really, because he's getting wide open looks, right? Now you're going to play with Luka and LeBron. But Rui Hachimura played 59 games, so similar games played. 31.7 minutes per game, similar minutes per game. Shot 9.8 field goal attempts per game, so basically 1.5 field goal attempts less. Shot 50.9% from the floor. Shot 41.3% from three-point range on 4.2 attempts. So basically 3% better, 3% better on similar attempts, right? 2-point range, 5.6 attempts, shot 58.1%. So less. That's where the two difference was 2-point range, 77% from the foul line on 2 attempts. So fewer free throw attempts. 5% better from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1.4 assists. We'll round up to a full steal. It's 0.8, but we'll round up to a full steal, half a block, and 13.1 points per game. So their offensive production is identical, right? Because, Rui averaged 13.1 points per game, where you had PJ Washington average just a hair under 15 per game. But he was also getting 2 more field goal attempts. So you figure out 50%, making 1, missing 1, boom, there's the difference. So offensively, they're giving you nearly the same production, right? But one guy is 3 to 4 rebounds better, is 1 block better, and nearly, half a steal a game better, right? So you're getting better defense, better mobility, right? Getting the same level of shooting and production and self-shot creation and all of that. I don't hate the idea of PJ Washington. I think if you could bring in PJ Washington, now you have that $17 million expiring. I wouldn't want to, which would be fine, right? If you swapped PJ Washington for Rui Hachimura, I think the Lakers would be better. Because again, just better defense, better rebounding, which are 2 things the Lakers really need. And you don't lose the offense of production that you're losing from Rui. So if you were to swap Rui for PJ Washington, sure, I'd be okay with that. But to me, I'd rather look at it as you trade Rui and it'd be nice to get another guy that can bring you that and supplement that with the PJ Washington, right? Whether it's off the bench or in a starting role or whatever, right? That's how I'd be looking at PJ Washington. I feel like Rui for PJ is a little bit of a lateral move. Yes, you technically, you could maybe get another piece. If you're getting Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, then fine. Right? Because you could do Rui Hachimura, because they're 27 million. So you could do Rui Hachimura and say Gabe Vincent or something like that, right? Or maybe you're trading, if they end up trading Reeves or whatever, right? If you could do a big package deal, then sure, right? But if it was something where it's hey, let's just swap Rui for PJ Washington, again, I wouldn't hate it, but it's not I feel yes, you're better because of the defense and the rebounding, but how much better? I don't know. Right? Are you significantly better? Right? That's kind of where my question lies. But regardless, again, I like the idea of bringing in a guy in PJ Washington. He's 26 years old, right? So he's still young. He still kind of fits the Luka timeline. He is going to be due for a new contract. So what kind of contract does he want? What kind of money is he looking to acquire? Right? If he wants, $20 million a year or something like that, then I'm probably not making that move. But if he's like, 4 years, $60 million, so like around $15 million a year, then sure. I think he'd be great playing that role off the bench and a starting role, right? He's also a year younger than Rui's 27 or just turned 27 in February, where PJ Washington is, I believe, 26. And yeah, he'll turn 27 in August. So they're the same age range roughly, give you the same production, right? But PJ Washington, again, is more mobile, better defensively, and a guy that, again, kind of has that familiarity and can fill in that gap and fill in that role. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you love the idea of bringing in a PJ Washington? Do you hate the idea? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, either way, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.